What up, Hive?
Welcome to our first episode of Reasonable Crash Outs number 1. You comment below which movie
You wanna see next?
No, what movie they think we're doing.
Oh, sure, we can do
Guess.
that too. Guess what movie, bruh?
Yeah, guess what movie, bro? You guessed it, it was the B movie. Made in 2007 by DreamWorks.
Yeah, if you didn't guess it, you might wanna check your IQ level.
Mm-hmm. Well, I just spent the last 4 days in a row watching the B movie. Don't worry, guys, it was against my will. So, I'm a little certified to know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, we know what we're talking about, bro.
So, to give a quick synopsis, it is a movie about this young bee who just graduated college and is trying to figure out his career. But he's discontent because he doesn't want to work for the rest of his life, so he ventures outside of a hive where he meets Vanessa Bloom. And in the human world, he discovers humans are taking bees' honey without giving them a single dime.
What?
So he sues the human race,
Oh, there.
wins, but realizes that bees and humans need each other to work together.
Do they really? No. Yes, they do.
Maybe,
maybe
humans can.
Yeah, they
bees
do.
can go without humans, but humans can't go without
Yeah,
bees.
we need them because they pollinize our flowers.
Wow, good
Do
job,
you guys see the movie?
Pookie.
We're gonna die if we don't have them.
No, yeah, he's
Yeah.
not lying, but yeah. Anyway,
Google this. You actually do need bees.
we are talking about the reasonable crash out of Ken, Vanessa's boyfriend
innocent
and
Ken.
ex-boyfriend. Poor Ken.
Can we have 1 minute of silence for Ken?
All right, silence over.
That's all he gets.
All right, so let's talk about Ken as a person.
Honestly,
what do you think of Ken?
me personally, I think he was a great human being. First of all, let me refresh your memory. He was going and exercising. He took care of himself, and he took care of his girlfriend too. If you guys remember in the movie, he does say that they had yogurt night planned out.
All right.
That's a man that takes care of his partner.
Yeah, okay. He may have anger issues, but I think he usually takes it out on the tennis court. You gotta think about it. And he does yell a little bit, but okay, but he's never showed harm to Vanessa. He plans dates with them. He does tennis with her. He does yoga nights.
If he wanted to, he would. And Ken did want it to.
He cared about Vanessa, clearly. He made an effort in their relationship. And then, yeah, he was unemployed, but he was actively looking for a job during the movie.
That is true. He wasn't just sitting around, just eating burgers and drinking beer. He was looking for a job.
Because he wanted to provide for Vanessa, you know?
He was on that LinkedIn.
And, even better, he decided to be creative with his resume and make a brochure out of it so he could stand out to employers.
Exactly. Hey, yo! Oh my gosh, this man was thinking outside of the box. You don't see that every day.
Yeah, so, he is a creative man who has aspirations to be a better person.
He had a ton of skills, too.
He had a ton of skills. He could eat with chopsticks.
Yeah, and I know what you're thinking. Oh, that's nothing. Anyone can do that. Can you eat with chopsticks? I don't think so. I would love to see that. Unless you're Asian, then of course you can probably eat with chopsticks.
So yeah, he has a pretty good personality overall, and he does really care about Vanessa and their relationship. He makes an effort, and Vanessa doesn't seem to care as much. It just seems like she was just holding on to him, even though she had not much interest in him.
She was holding him back. She was holding my bro back.
Bruh. Because in the beginning of the movie, when they had guests over and they were leaving, she was trying to push Ken out.
Yeah, who does
and that was before she met Barry. So obviously she was losing feelings for Ken or something.
I would say in my personal rating of bad females, here's Summer from 500 Days of Summer, and here's Vanessa right behind her.
Okay, but see, at least Vanessa. Okay, we're gonna talk about 500 Days of Summer later, but like, I think it's Vanessa and Summer because at least Summer was straightforward with her intentions.
That's
Vanessa
true.
wasn't.
And Vanessa literally changed this man for a bee, mind you.
Yeah, at least Summer dated a human.
That is true. If you're gonna get cheated on, you might as well get cheated on by a human, not a bee.
Okay. So yeah, that was a relationship before Barry. It was a little rocky, but it was like more Ken putting in effort than Vanessa. Vanessa kind of was just like didn't care, and then yeah, and then
Yeah,
Ken was just putting in all the work. But once Barry came in, it just everything seemed to went down after Barry joined their lives.
it was just an excuse. This is my personal theory. I think Vanessa was just looking for a way out. And it shows. Because,
Mm.
like you said, at the beginning of the movie, things were already going rough. So this woman wanted out.
Yeah, and like, yeah, like once Barry joined, like things went downhill. He had an allergy. Think about it, Ken had a
Oh, yeah,
bee
yeah. Gotta
allergy.
remember this, guys. Ken had a bee allergy. That is important because of this one thing.
And she thinks that like Ken's life has no more value than Barry's life.
Which is ridiculous. Like, are you gonna say that a cow has less value, or sorry, more value than a human being? Of course not. You're gonna eat the cow.
And you gotta think about it. Like she'd rather let her boyfriend get stung by a bee than like at the bee. You know?
Then unalive the bee?
Uh,
Exactly. No. But I do want to go back to the meeting berry part and the allergy with Ken to bees. And there's this one scene in the movie where Vanessa allows Barry, this new man in her life, to borrow her husband's, her boyfriend's trimming equipment, you know, like for his beard and all that, to shave his, what was it, like the fuzz?
His us?
Yeah, his fuzz. So you gotta think about that. This woman went out of his way to offer her boyfriend's belongings for her new man to use.
Hell
Who
no.
does that? Plus, this man is allergic. Poor Ken over here. He could have died.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And then like once Barry entered her life, like she would like ditch um Ken. Like she flaked out on
Yeah.
yogurt night.
Who does that? Who flakes out on yogurt night out of all nights?
Literally yogurt night out of all night. And it's just like she was choosing a bee that she just met over her boyfriend. Like she did not prioritize her relationship anymore. It was unimportant to her at that point. She didn't care. Mhm.
She went as far as to swing the human race, mind you.
Yeah. And when Ken was shocked, everyone questioned him. Everyone sees Ken as the villain, but he's probably the most sane character in a B
Yeah,
movie.
he's just the victim. He got his woman stolen by a bee, kicked out of his apartment, got his trimming equipment taken away or used by her new man's,
And got sued
and
by.
got sued for liking honey. Actually, no, he didn't like honey. He
He
liked
liked artificial
artificial
sweetener
sweeteners,
made by man.
which actually I would argue it's better if you're a gym person because it has 0 calories.
I like honey personally. Bzz, 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 bzz.
Bzz, 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 bzz.
So yeah, basically, um, Ken is the most sane person in the show, in the movie.
Yeah,
Like, he had every right to question why Vanessa suing.
absolutely, yes.
Mm-hmm. And
And instead, he got shamed. They pointed him with the finger, the nasty finger. They were like, "Shame on you!
they called
Shame!"
him the villain, but he wasn't a villain. He's a victim. He's a victim of Barry B. Benson.
Yes, the real villain of the story.
Yeah, who ruined a relationship and
Yeah,
sued humans when everyone should be just working together and being happy.
mm-hmm.
So honestly, Ken's crash out was reasonable. When Ken was trying to kill Barry, it was just all that pented up, stored up anger that he needed to let out after weeks of being ignored in his relationship.
Mistreated.
His needs, his wants being ignored. And like his girlfriend choosing a literal bee
Bruh.
over him.
Yeah, and
So,
cheating on him in front of him. They
mm-hmm.
were already building like a romantic bond in front of him. Like, who is not gonna get mad about that? Can we like all agree that that was insane? Jeez.
So, yeah, him killing Barry, well, trying to kill Barry was, I say, a reasonable crash out.
Yeah, and why does he get shamed for doing that? Bears do that all the time. Shout out to Winnie Pooh, by the way. Like, nobody shames bears for killing bees, but they shame my boy Ken.
Can't do anything.
Mm,
Anyway, Ken, we hope you're doing better now. We hope you have a relationship with tons of tennis and yoga nights
you deserve it.
twice a week, not just once a week, and that no bee will ever steal your woman again.
Shout out to Ken.
Bzz, 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 bzz.
Bzz, bzz, bzz.